Good morning, afternoon, everyone. Today, I want to talk about a concept that's as old as time, yet more relevant than ever. Making yourself strong enough to survive alone. Not because we should always be alone, but because we must be capable of standing alone when life demands it. Let me begin by saying this. Being alone is not a weakness. It's a crucible. It's where strength is forged, where character is refined, and where you discover who you truly are. Stripped of the noise, stripped of dependence, and face to face with your raw, unfiltered self. And that's powerful. We live in a world that glamorizes connection. Social media, team culture, community. All valuable, yeah. But somewhere along the way, we began to fear solitude. We've been told we always need someone to lean on, that we're incomplete alone. But here's the truth. Sometimes you'll find yourself alone, whether you like it or not, whether through betrayal, loss, transition, or growth. There are phases of life where no one else can walk the path with you. Not because they don't care, but because they can. And that's why emotional and mental self-reliance isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. From a psychological perspective, solitude, when chosen or accepted mindfully, can be one of the most empowering states of being. Dr. Sherry Bird Carter, a psychologist specializing in stress and mental health, says that solitude helps increase productivity, builds mental resilience, and gives the brain space to process, reflect, and grow. But more than that, solitude is the training ground for you begin to hear your inner critic and learn to counter it. You identify the beliefs that hold you back and challenge them. You experience your fears and confront them. There's a quote that goes, when you learn how to survive alone, you become invincible. And psychology backs it because self-efficacy, the belief in your own ability to handle life, is one of the strongest predictors of success. Not talent, not luck, but belief in your ability to figure things out. And that belief is built in solitude. Let's talk motivation. Making yourself strong isn't about becoming cold or distant. It's about becoming undeniable. Someone who doesn't fold when life gets hard. Here's what strength looks like. Showing up even when no one notices. Staying disciplined when there's no praise. Holding your standards when it's easier to lower them. Choosing growth over comfort, especially when no one's watching. Think of the greats in business, sports, art. Almost all of them had a season where they had to fight alone. No audience, no applause, just internal fire and unshakable resilience. Because that's what builds success. Not just ambition, but the emotional endurance to keep going without. If your motivation relies solely on external support, you'll crumble the moment you're alone. But if it comes from within, from a deep conviction that you will make it with or without a cheering crowd, you become unstoppable. Many people see success as the result of connections, luck, or timing. But real, sustainable success is often born in silence, in obscurity, in solitude. It's built in early mornings when you're the only one up, in late nights when everyone else is resting, in sacrifices others don't see or understand. And here's the paradox. The more you're able to thrive alone, the more value you bring to others. Because instead of needing people to complete you, you choose people who complement you. You don't demand energy, you bring energies. Strong people attract strong opportunity, not because life is fair, but because life rewards those who are ready. Even if no one helped them get there. So how do you become strong enough to survive and even thrive alone? Let me offer you 5 clear steps, grounded in both psychology and practical experience. Develop inner awareness. Strength starts with self-awareness. Know your triggers. Understand your wounds. Track your thoughts. This isn't therapy talk. It's warrior preparation. The better you know yourself, the less the world can manipulate you. B. Master your mindset. Learn to challenge automatic negative thoughts. Practice gratitude. Reframe pain as growth. The battlefield is in the mind, and mental strength is built like a muscle with repetition, struggle, and commitment. See, build daily discipline routines. Save lives. Discipline isn't about rigidity. It's about freedom. It says, even if I'm alone, even if I'm tired, I'll keep showing up. That builds self-trust, and self-trust is the cornerstone of confidence. D. Embrace necessary solitude. Take time alone. Intentionally, go for walks without your phone. Sit in silence. Unplug. If you're always connected to others, you'll never hear your own wisdom. E. Expand your capabilities. Learn skills. Face fears. Do the hard thing. Whether it's financial literacy, physical fitness, communication, or emotional regulation, every skill you gain is one less thing you need to depend on others for. That's power. I'll leave you with this. One day, you will look back on a moment where you had no one but yourself, and you'll realize that was the moment you were reborn. It wasn't the applause. It wasn't the partnership. It wasn't the lucky break. It was the quiet, gritty, lonely decision to keep going, to keep building. When you had every reason to quit, that's where true strength comes from. So today, decide to become the kind of person who can survive alone. Not because you want to be isolated, but because you never want to be dependent on circumstances or people for your sense of worth, direction, or success. You are your own foundation. Build it strong. Thank you.